Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins actually found in breast milk. We're the first and only US-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We even conducted the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in a quarter century, with clinically proven benefits like easier digestion, less spit up, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. And we make our own formula in the USA and our very own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Free Terrible Gamers. I'm your host Colin, here with Ashton.
Hey guys.
I got a couple topics left over from last week before we can hit into all the brand new wonderful topics of this week. But we're going to start off with PS Plus Essential Games for December.
Alright, Sable for the PS5, Lego 2K Drive for PS4 and PS5, and Power Wash Simulator for PS4 and PS5. Sable, never played it, but I've heard it's a pretty good game. Lego 2K Drive, it looks interesting enough, I guess. And then Power Wash Simulator. I think I've talked about it before for the Game Pass version. There's some things that I don't think should be a simulator, but it might be fun. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, if you can do it in person, why do it in general?
Exactly.
Because it was a Game Pass thing, but I guess the good deal on that thing is the Lego 2K Drive because it is a brand new game.
Yeah, it just came out, last month? Something like that?
I believe so. Month and a half.
Yeah, and it looks fun. I mean, I haven't tried it. I've been wanting to, but I haven't bought it. But if it comes to Game Pass, then I'll try it out. But I don't think it's on Game Pass yet. So.
No, it's not on Game Pass yet, and the fact that, I mean, it's a PS Plus Essential first, but the fact that obviously Power Wash Simulator is on both platforms now, I guess it is possible for 2K Drive to eventually come to both.
Yeah, sometimes they overlap games. Sometimes, most of the time, it's on Game Pass first, then PS Plus. But in this case, Lego 2K Drive made it to PS Plus first.
Doesn't 2K have a miniature deal with Sony? It's not like how Call of Duty was for the longest time, like switching back and forth in between. But I wanted to think that 2K got special privileges on PlayStation recently.
They might. I mean, it does kind of seem like that. I've never heard, but it does seem like, yeah, if you have a PlayStation, you get privileges from 2K.
I guess so. I mean, I guess that's something we could figure out, but what's the fun in that? Xbox Game Pass games for December.
All right, these are better. This is a lot more games than 3, which the premium and whatever tier of PS Plus hasn't came out yet. We'll go over those when they do. But here is the Game Pass games for December 2023. Remnant from the Ashes, Remnant 2, Spirit of the North, SteamWorld Build, Clone Drone in the Danger Zone, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider is a very good game. Okay, and then next, While the Iron's Hot, World War Z Aftermath, Goat Simulator 3, Against the Storm, 10 Hearts, Far Cry 6. And that's not just me being from West Virginia saying 10 Hearts. It's actually 10 Hearts. T-I-N, Hearts. I would say 10 hearts even if it was TEN, but you know,
That don't matter.
no, it don't matter. But those games, I mean, Goat Simulator 3, I'm not in the Goat Simulator. I know Rowland is, but I am not.
I didn't know there was a second one.
I didn't either. I knew there was a Goat Simulator, but I didn't know the second. But apparently there is. Rise of the Tomb Raider, I've already said that's a very good game. Remnant, I've never played either one of them, but from what I can understand, people enjoy them. And Far Cry 6 is also a good game.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, they haven't put the second half of December into January yet onto the Game Pass thing. That's so we only got literally the first 2 weeks of December
Yeah, there's
because
that many.
Spirit of North. Yeah, because Spirit of North came out on the first. Steam World Build was the first. Clone Drone in Danger Zone. I don't know what they was going for that name. Uh, this it came out on December 5th. Rise of Tomb Raider was December 5th. Well, the Iron's Hot, December 5th. What are we ironing here? The Iron Giant?
Oh yeah.
World War Z Aftermath, December 5th. Get Simulator Free, December 7th. Against the Storm, December 8th. 10 Hearts, as Ashton said, that's just not the accent. December 12th. Far Cry 6, December 14th, and Far Cry 6 is a brand new game.
Yep. Yep. But there's a lot of good hype around Far Cry 6 online.
It's a series I've wanted to get into, but I've never, just haven't had the will to actually go out there and play it to get into it.
There's a lot of
Like, it
series
just
like
seems
that
like a
for me.
fun series. Yeah.
Because I'm
So,
picky
like,
with my games, so it's like, oh, that looks like something I might be interested in, but I don't take the time out to try it.
yeah, I'm the same way. I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's very interesting. I like the concept of this, but I'm just like, what if I don't like it?
Right, then I wasted my time.
So, that
But
and,
that
when
could go
it's
both ways,
multiple.
I guess. Because, like, I bought Ratchet and Clank, and I'd never played the original ones on PlayStation 2, and I kind of wish I would have back in the day because they're really fun. And so it kind of goes both ways. You know, you could be wasting your time, or it could be like, oh, I wish I would have done this a long time ago. So,
Yeah, especially when there's multiple games in a series, like it's, obviously that's number 6 out of 6. So I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
okay. And then I think they're kind of like Grand Theft Auto in a way too, because I don't think there's actually 6 titles. I think there's more than 6 titles.
just the main series is 6.
Yeah, because I may be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure there's more than 6 games in the Far Cry series.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure, but I think you are right on that.
So that's another thing. It's just like the Zelda series. I play one, but I want to play them all, and then so I'm just like, okay. But at the same time, I have that excitement for that series in general. So I'm just like,
Right,
okay, is Far Cry going to play, or is it going to be a disappointment because this is what I'm going to expect out of it.
right. Yeah, exactly.
But old Clone Drone and Danger Zone, is that the next Cocoon? Uh, all right, on to this week's topics. All these ones are definitely probably going to take up some time.
Maybe.
GTA 6's first trailer came out on December 2nd, I believe.
Yeah, I believe. I mean, it looks good. Obviously, the graphics are amazing because it's made for next gen. Definitely looks realistic. Um, Not really much more. I mean, it's GTA. I mean, don't let your kids watch it. I mean, it's what it is. It looks good. Like I said, we're back in Vice City, like the rumors have reported, and hopefully they can do it right again because Vice City was a good game back in 2004, 2002, one of those years. One was San Andreas, one was Vice City, 2002 or 2004. But either way, really good game. So hopefully it can live up to it. And the trailer looks like it might.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the first female protagonist too.
Yes. Yep. So you'll probably switch between them like you did in GTA 5, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I don't know because GTA 5. I mean, I know it's just one trailer so far, but I mean GTA 5 trailer is kind of focused on all three of the characters.
Yeah, you might be
While
right.
this one was one, and I mean, I don't know. It may come with, like I said, there's going to be more than one trailer, so it could be one of those things to where they do a different protagonist on each trailer, or it's that. But at least this time, it's not going to be a blatant Scarface ripoff. Because I
Yeah.
mean, let's be honest, the original Vice City. That's what if you watch Scarface and you play the story in Vice City, that's literally almost word for word Scarface
Yeah.
for the most part.
Who
So
knows?
I
It might
mean,
be.
this one may not be a Scarface ripoff because I don't believe there's a Scarface 2. I may be wrong on that, but I don't think there is.
I don't think so. Well, another thing I want to kind of bring up out of this is we know GTA's back because it's causing controversy, like it always does online when a GTA comes out. You're like, ruining the children of America. But for one, it's not for children. That's why it has a M rating. But kids do play it, so that's why the controversy has already started to try to get GTA 6 banned. But that just makes it even bigger, and more people are going to buy it.
Yeah, and I believe it's the same when every Grand Theft Auto comes out
It
for
is.
some reason. People just love to hate on Rockstar whenever they come out with their Grand Theft Auto series.
If your kid ends up playing GTA 6, that's not on Rockstar. It's on you for buying it for them. So
That's right. Got a little bit different beliefs from since I was a kid.
yeah, I mean, I played, played San Andreas Vice City in 2002, 2004, whatever. But I turned out fine. I don't go and run over people on the sidewalks. I know better. I know right from wrong. GTA didn't ruin me.
That's right. But people like to think that's a whole different topic in itself.
Like,
Like, oh
oh,
yeah, this.
why did you kill this person? Oh, because I played GTA. Nobody says that. And if they do, then they're going to think you're stupid.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's insane that they're going back to Vice City because I mean that they had Vice City stories in it. They.
Yeah, in Liberty City stories. And yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's. I mean, it's definitely insane that they're going back to Vice City. It's way off from the Europe that I heard initially.
Yeah, that's true. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot for Vice City to go off of, I guess. Uh, I don't know how true it is, but the story, I guess, is something about the drugs being imported to Miami or whatever. It's the storyline based, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, makes
Pink cocaine, I
sense
think they
because
called it.
yeah, but like I said, female protagonist, and I mean, back in Vice City, so definitely going to have some nostalgia kicking in, going through, and hopefully to have that one little ramp that we constantly just try to jump off
Oh
of.
yeah, I hope so. It'd be awesome. But I heard I would give the source out. What I heard the storyline from was from MatPat actually, the game theorist. He had a short that he released a couple days ago, and that's where that source. So if you guys want to go check that out, uh, go to the game theorist MatPat.
Do you think they'll move? No, not move. Do you think Tommy will be in this one at all? Just prediction wise?
I'd like to think so. Like at least in the cutscene or something. Like just a throwback to us old people that played the original Vice City. Yeah, I'd like to think so, but who knows? Do you think so?
I mean, it would be nice,
Mhm.
but the bigger question is, are you going to be able to swim in this one?
I think so. I think we're past that. That's a given in GTA, I think now. Has to be.
It would be insane if they was like, oh yeah, because in
But
the original San Andreas, you could swim.
hmm
So going back to Vice City, it'd just be great if Rockstar would be like, nah,
yeah,
you don't get to swim
and
anymore.
that'd be something Rockstar would definitely do. But I think we're past that now. That should be a given in a GTA now.
Cheat codes, do you think they'll be on the phone this time, like how it was on 5 and I believe 4, or do you think you'll be able to go back to button pushing?
I'm hoping for button pushing, and I think that makes more sense because it worked so well on the original GTA's back in the early 2000s. Instead of having to fool with that stupid phone, I hated that in GTA 4. I didn't play much of GTA 5, like I said before, but GTA 4, I hated using the phone. It's easier just to put button combinations in than to have to go through that phone. So hopefully the buttons, and they brought the buttons back, obviously, with the GTA trilogy. Even though they were in the original game, they still had to update the codes for the modern games. So I think it's a possibility they will bring the buttons back.
All right. We're gonna stick with GTA 6, and that's just because people are going to think it's going to take longer for it to come to PC.
Yeah, so the article I have here says history suggests a PC port could come months or years after planned 2025 console launch. PC players will likely have to wait a bit longer than their console counterparts to play the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6 in a press release accompanying last night's, not last night's, but when it released earlier than scheduled trailer launch. Rockstar specifically says it is proud to announce that Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming to PlayStation 5, computer entertainment systems, and Xbox Series X and S games and entertainment systems in 2025. The explicit lack of any immediate PC release plans in that statement shouldn't be a shock to longtime Rockstar Games watchers. Sure, the 2D top down Grand Theft Auto actually launched on Windows and MS DOS, that's old, a few months before the more popular port to PlayStation in 1998, and the game's 1999 sequel debuted on PlayStation and Windows on the same day. So it's kind of common for a GTA to come to PC later. I mean, they want to get out the console first. Technically, they'll sell more copies that way on console because that's where most people play it. And then they'll bring it over to PC. PC sometimes gets day one releases, but a lot of times they have to wait, kind of like the Switch does. So I don't think
Yeah,
it'll
because the
take years,
PC.
though. It'll probably be a couple months.
Yeah, because I mean, it works the opposite way from like how Hogwarts Legacy came to Switch like super late.
Yeah,
The graphics and the complexity of getting it to work for the PC is harder than what it is for the consoles.
well, graphics wise and playing keyboard and mouse also.
Yeah. That and obviously when they knock it out for the consoles per se, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 and then the Xbox One and the PS4 are so close, trying to think of the word to say for it. Like so close internally, like that it's easier to do it because it's pretty much copy and paste on both systems. Like it's going to work the same regardless. Because generally
Right,
when they release almost identical, just which brand you're buying.
right. Just the button icons are different
Yeah,
in
at
the
the end of the
games.
day, in controllers.
Yeah,
So I mean, the fact that it is for like I said, PC, and I mean, I would assume that it's going to come to the Switch too. I mean, I could only imagine or the Switch 2 at that point
Switch
because it would
2,
be
I would
released the same year.
assume at that point. Hopefully, which the Switch may get a port too, but it'd definitely be cloud based, not native.
Definitely not. I can only imagine the gigabytes this one's going to do,
I'd say the
just
high
because.
high hundreds, low 200s maybe.
Yeah, because Rockstar typically good for starting to trend for the size of games and you know falling behind it because when GTA 5 came out, I believe it was almost 100 gigabytes, and that was an unheard thing
Yeah.
until that happened.
I'll go ahead and predict it. I'll probably forget in 2 years by the time this releases. So I'm going to predict it's going to be between 225 and 250,
225 or 250.
in between, somewhere in there. Like I said, I'll probably forget
I'll
it
say
in
one.
2 years. You'll say what?
I'll say 195.
195?
I don't think they'll quite hit the two.
I don't know. They might.
After DLCs and stuff, yes, but base game, I say 195.
Okay. We'll see.
Are you saying base game too?
Yeah, I'll say base game.
All right, fair enough. I'll hold you to it, even though I'll definitely forget.
Yeah,
I'll forget by the end of this podcast.
probably.
We know my memory sucks.
Yeah. Always has. It's all right.
There ain't no avoiding that one.
Yeah.
Uh, Fallout got its first trailer released as well.
Yeah. Last night at the Game Awards is when I watched it anyway. It looked good. You know, it was for the Prime Video release or whatever, and it looked good for what it is. And I think that Fallout's one of those games that could really be good on the big screen or your TV screen, whatever. Some games don't make sense and they still do it anyway and they end up sucking. But Fallout's one that's action packed and has a ton of different games they could go with. So yeah, it was really good. I can't really say anything specific about the trailer itself because I mean it's just Fallout, so really nothing specific to say. I mean, it had armor obviously. The guy on stage had the real life armor, looked awesome, but yeah, looked good.
Yeah, I mean, I think they used the same. I've seen the same trailer on like a YouTube ad, like a couple days before, and it seemed like the same exact trailer.
Yeah,
So when they played the Game Awards, which I figured they would do like a little bit more in depth trailer wise, which they wound up not. Well,
yeah,
I'm lying. I think they done like an extra like 10 seconds,
yeah. Not much.
not much, or not enough for me to really realize, but there was a difference
Yeah,
if that is the case. But yeah, I mean, it looked pretty solid. I mean, which of course I know trailers typically show the best parts of the show or movie, so
right.
it could be very far and few in between where there's good parts and, not so good parts to watch, like as far as like entertainment wise. But, it'll be up for debate in literally a month from now because it'll be early 2020. I thought it was January 20. Yeah, it's January
I think it is.
2024, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, I mean, I guess we'll find out. I mean, I'm surprised that they didn't have no super mutants in the thing. They had that bear. That was
Yeah,
definitely different.
it was. Yeah, looked good.
All right. The FTC is trying to stop an already closed deal.
Oh, they're a bunch of idiots, man. They waste so much time and money on stupid stuff. All right. U.S. antitrust enforcers argued on Wednesday that a federal judge got it wrong when she ruled that Microsoft's $69 billion deal to buy Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard was legal under competition law in their latest attempt to stop the deal. Microsoft closed the deal on October 13th after winning approval from British regulators. The deal was originally proposed in January 2022 as the biggest acquisition in the history of the gaming industry. Speaking for the Federal Trade Commission, lawyer Ahmad Bayed argued that the lower court judge held the agency to too high a standard, effectively requiring it to prove that the deal was anti-competitive. He told a three-judge appeals court panel in California that the FTC had only to show that Microsoft had the ability and incentive to withhold Activision's games from rival game platforms to approve the agency's case. The FTC like I said, they're wasting time because for one, the deal's already closed, and two, they're trying to say that Microsoft and Xbox are going to hold Activision's games exclusive when they have already signed multiple 10-year deals with rivals like Nintendo, Nvidia, and Sony that they're going to keep at least Call of Duty on their consoles. They can keep the rest exclusive, but that's one that's not going to be. So here, the FTC's argument is wrong because they're not holding all of their acquisitions exclusive if Call of Duty's going to multiple consoles for the next 10 years. Even if the rest do, it's still invalid because they've already signed deals for Call of Duty. Well, actually, they've signed deals. I think the other deals, I think the point with the other deals was Activision Games, and Sony's deal was just Call of Duty. I believe that's how it was, right? Am I wrong?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Activision Blizzard Games was for Nintendo, Nvidia, and the other stream service. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. And then but Sony had the chance to get other Activision games before, but when Jim Ryan was screwing around and trying to take them to court and stuff, that's when they's like, screw you, Sony, the deal's through. You're only getting Call of Duty. So
Yeah.
the FTC's argument is invalid anyway. I guess they don't read anything to say that. I don't know what they're doing. They're wasting time and money.
Sony signed their check again.
I mean, Sony's already signed the deal. I mean, it's too late. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, only thing it makes, I mean, it don't make any logical sense, but the only thing they would really try to have grounds on is that, like you said, it's not really quote unquote fair, even though they already reached out to all these other companies and was like, hey, like I said, it's not fair for PlayStation, especially because PlayStation was stupid and didn't take the
They
initial
screwed around.
deal.
That's on them.
Yeah, but I mean, I I called it. I said that they would wind up appealing as soon as it did close, and it took a couple months compared to a. I figured it would be less than a week that they would try to appeal it,
I mean, it's too
but
late.
they made it 2 months. But it's too late. It's already closed. Only thing that could technically happen now is the FTC could step in, especially in like Sony's position, and then be like, okay, you have to allow so and so game to come to PlayStation as well. Which, I mean, that's just as far as, the trade goes for the rights for it.
Right.
So like I said, that's really the only thing the FTC can enforce now with it. It's not like they can prevent
That's if the
the
judge approves in their favor, even.
purchase. Yeah. And that's even if the judge is just like, okay, this is stupid again,
Yeah,
because you guys are,
you guys
you
are
know,
idiots wasting time and money. So,
yeah, because you guys signed a deal literally 2 months ago saying, "Oh yeah, this is fine," and then now just because Sony signed your paycheck again, you're going to stand back up.
they need to just do something else. Just leave this deal alone. It's done. People are already excited for it. Just leave it alone. It's not You're not going to overturn it. It's done.
That's for sure. But I mean, it is. I mean, it's an uphill battle for sure for the FTC. It's not going to be an easy win, especially when you know even Europe was. You haven't seen the Oh crap! What is the your CMA? You haven't seen the CMA try to act up again. So why do this? The FTC should have been better at this than what the CMA was
Exactly. But they weren't.
officially.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know it's especially for the FTC, it's America. So anytime that a lower court says something, you can fight it all the way to the Supreme Court. Which of course I don't really think a gaming thing would go to the Supreme Court in this case. But
Because it
I
doesn't
mean, through the
matter.
right systems, it technically could make it there,
It
but that
could.
would be a kind of a pointless thing. Which I know the FTC has all the money on Sony's side, so I mean, I guess it could be a thing we eventually see, but
Nah,
I
it's
doubt
gonna
that
die
they,
here. It's gonna be done.
yeah, also get struck down on that free judge panel and call it a day. But I believe that is all the time we have for
No,
today.
we gotta go through this last. I got some things to say.
You you offended over what happened at the
I
Game
am.
Awards?
I am.
All right, well, we'll go through it.
Game Award results is a bunch of bull. It's rigged, and I'm not watching it next year. All right, so I got the list here for everything. Baldur's Gate 3, Game of the Year. Baldur's Gate 3, Player's Voice. Cyberpunk 2077, Ongoing Game. Snubbed Fortnite. The Last of Us, Best Adaptation. That is correct. Honkai Star Rail, mobile game. Never heard of it. Baldur's Gate 3, multiplayer game. Baldur's Gate 3, community support. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, anticipated game. Sea of Stars, independent game. Valorant, esports game. Baldur's Gate 3, role playing game. Alan Wake 2, narrative. Iron Mouse, content creator of the year. Epic Games, studio / game direction for Alan Wake 2. Remedy Entertainment, studio / game direction, also for Alan Wake 2. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, action game. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, action and adventure. That should have been game of the year. Faker, esports player, Alan Wake 2, art direction, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, family game. All right, so Baldur's Gate 3 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 awards on this. Zelda has 1. Zelda's better game. I think it's rigged. It's stupid. It's a bunch of bull.
Told your titties would win out.
If you're that okay, if you want to see titties that bad, you don't have to vote for this game. You can just type in titties on Google and it'll bring them up. Get a girlfriend, something. Don't screw over Tears of the Kingdom for Game of the Year. That's stupid. If you need to see titties that bad, there's other ways than Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, they definitely won a lot of awards. I mean, I want to play the game just to see how good it actually is, comparing the Tears of the Kingdom.
It's
But
it's not good. I mean, yeah, I got a 96 on Metacritic, so did Tears of the Kingdom. But was anybody really talking about Baldur's Gate 3 before it came out? I didn't hear about it.
no, I mean, we're gaming podcasters.
Yeah, but we've heard about Tears of the Kingdom for a long time. It won most anticipated game last year at the Game Awards because people were so excited for it. And I think people's already forgotten how good of a game it is and how much people were excited for it because they're blinded by titties and it's just stupid. It's rigged. I'm not watching Game Awards next year because it's fake.
Yeah, that was definitely a long 3.5 hours.
Yeah, and Baldur's Gate 3, they might as well just say Baldur's Gate 3 won all the awards. Just go home instead of wasting everybody's time.
Yeah, what they won. How many out of 31?
They won 5.
And I mean, obviously there was ones that they couldn't win, like racing games and stuff
Right,
like
right.
that. But
Yeah,
the fact that Cyberpunk 2077 outbeat Fortnite
for ongoing
is
game.
insane.
Now I could understand Valorant beating Fortnite for esports game. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's understandable, but Cyberpunk 2077 for ongoing game. Fortnite's been going on forever, since 2017. Cyberpunk hasn't been out that long. And people hated it when it came out.
Yeah, and that's another weird thing they focused on that too. They focused on the DLC for it, not the actual game itself.
Yeah, so is it really an ongoing game if it's just DLC? I mean, yeah, I guess technically, but I'd put it in a different category.
Yeah, because you got 2077, and then you got the Phantom Liberty or whatever it is. That'd be like saying, you know, what was it? The one of the Metal Gear Solid games came out in like I think 4 different parts.
Yeah,
I think it was the Phantom Pain, and you had to buy it like 4 different times, and it was all pretty much DLC based.
right.
So, I mean, the fact that you can call that a different game, which I guess it would work the same way in like the Persona series, since they like
Persona
having like
5. That's,
10 personas per thing, and shoot, they even released a thing where it was another Persona Freeze coming out.
makes no sense.
But yeah, I mean, it's on YouTube. You can go watch it if you have 3.5 hours of your
Don't
time
watch it.
to
It's a waste of
go
time.
watch it. But literally, Ashton told you every single thing that was on there. Well, he told you all the winners off the
Yeah.
thing, not all the nominees.
Just
Which
know
just
Baldur's Gate 3 won pretty much everything.
I'll just say, just know that it's either Baldur's Gate, Alan Wake, Spider-Man, Tears of the Kingdom, or Mario
Spider-Man didn't
Wonder.
win anything.
No, he didn't win anything, but it was
It was a nominee, yeah.
it was a nominee on a lot of things,
That's
just
the
like Tears
only
of the Kingdom.
game out of that list that I would have accepted beating Tears of the Kingdom was Spider-Man 2. Not Baldur's Gate 3.
Did you had actually heard about Spider-Man?
Yeah. It's been anticipated too for years. Baldur's Gate 3 came out of nowhere and just robbed everybody. Just because they have some tit.
Yeah, because I mean, first time I heard about Baldur's Gate, it was literally on the South Park, you know, new Into the Pandaverse thing that they have out on Paramount.
Yeah.
That's literally the first time I heard of Baldur's Gate. I was like, at first I just thought it was South Park being South Park, and they were just making fun, just making up their own little video game that they was
Yeah.
talking about. But I was like, oh no, this is a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody, I mean, yeah, there's Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, obviously, but nobody heard. I didn't even know they was making Baldur's Gate 3.
No, and the fact that it was a console release too. Well, I mean, because I believe it just came out on the Xbox, but it was, on the PS5 and PC at first.
Yeah.
And yet again, it's something that should have came across our list or something to talk
Sometime.
about at some point, but it was literally a non-existent thing until
It
literally
was.
the Game
It was
Awards. I'm
there.
just like, what? But like I said, it was South Park, then it was Game Awards. I was like, oh, this is a real thing. They didn't just make this up. This is a legit game.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty upset last night. But Tears of the Kingdom should have definitely won more than just action adventure game. Should have won Game of the Year, should have won. But
Oh yeah, I figured it would have been in the running for the thing, which I mean,
I thought it
I'm
wasn't even a
surprised,
question.
yeah, especially when it comes down to selling copies of the game.
Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom broke
Because like,
records.
yeah, Baldur's Gate did not break records that I'm aware of
Not that I've
because it would
heard.
have
And
it would
we
have showed
keep
up
a pretty
somewhere.
close eye on that stuff. We cover those.
Huh. Not like we don't go down and look for different topics every single week.
Right.
Baldur's Gate never showed up.
Nope. Yeah. All right, I'm done talking about Baldur's Gate 3. I was just upset. Had to tell people how I thought.
All right, well, I'm glad you got off your chest. All right, well, that is officially it since we went one extra topic for you guys, but
Yeah.
don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Twitch, Discord, Twitter,
TikTok.
TikTok, Instagram. I remember Discord and I forgot everything else.
Yeah.
We got a link for BetterHelp if you guys want some mental health help.
Yeah.
Um,
Our merch
that's
on
about it,
Redbubble.
I think.
Yep. I think that's it.
And wherever you get your podcast.
Yep, we're on all of them. Or if you want to watch us live on Twitch and YouTube.
All right. Later, guys.
All right. See you guys in the next episode.